Hi everyone, welcome back to Magic Maree and Jasper. So today I've had a question from Birgit, and she wanted to understand more about white light consciousness, and how does white light have its own intelligence, which is something I've really noticed personally when having the intention or working with white light. So that's going to be our question that we answer today. The other thing I'm going to do is take that a step further, and I'm going to run you through a meditation that you can do yourself to actually help your body, to help your emotional state, mental state, whatever it is you need, with the intention of using white light. So that's something we're going to do towards the end. So make sure you hang around for that. And it's lovely to see you all on here. So if you're enjoying these little sessions, just make sure you subscribe and like the video, and if you can, share it so that more people have these really great little easy tools to help them to get through things that happen in life. First thing I'm going to do though, I've got the hit today to do the animal magic cards and see what the message is that's coming through from our animal magic card magic. It's literally magic, these cards. So as usual, just going to see if one will drop out for us or if we're going to divinate. We don't want 15. I think I'm going to actually divinate today. So I'll do one more shuffle and then we're going to pop it down. Okay, so for those of you who haven't seen the Magic Maree and Jasper episodes before, when we divinate, it simply means that we're using our intuition to decipher which card is relevant for the most people that are watching this, even if you're watching this later on. So I run my hand over. Sometimes it'll be quite warm and I'll go, oh, that's the one. Sometimes it will tingle. It just depends on the day as to what's coming through. I'm getting a real tingling today. So we're going to pop in here and see if that's the one that's tingling the most. Yes, it is. And it's fascinating because the card that's come up today is celandine. Now, a lot of you may never have heard of celandine. Okay, so this one, there's not many cards that would have celandine in it. Alexis Cartwright has brought this through with the pack that she's done, which is the Animal Magic. So celandine is the ether spirit. So you know we've got our fire spirit, earth, air, and water spirit. Well, celandine is the fifth element of ether. And it's really bizarre because, again, this always happens. I was thinking of celandine as I was driving here and I was going, oh, that would be quite apt today, because we are going to be talking about this white light and this real connection through into a higher vibration within us. So if we look at the celandine, it's part bird and it's part snake. Snake is around our kundalini. It's around when we have a huge energy shift coming up through us. And often I feel when I've seen snake coming through, it will come through the third eye, which means that it's activating our pineal gland, pituitary gland, and helping us to tap more into our intuition. So when I look at this card, there's a lot of light that's actually around the wings. So I don't know if you can see that one, but there is a lot of light coming through there. So I feel when I see the wings and the light, I know our light body is actually being activated. So, and then the cloud of white is also coming up quite strongly in front of the celandine. So we are being taken through a process of increasing our vibration within our light body, being more connected into our oversoul, which is probably about an arm's length above the crown of our head, and bringing in more of our energy from our soul, our oversoul, which helps us to ascend. So celandine has come through for a reason today, and I really feel there's a lot of activity around this third eye and around the brain. So some of you might have been even experiencing symptoms that we say can happen when you're bringing in more light and you're having to clear. Some people can get headaches. You can have dizziness. You can have tinnitus or ringing in the ear on and off. Some people say they get a throat they can't clear. So there's all sorts of things that can happen, and they usually are transitionary. They will pass, and especially if you start working a little bit more with this white light that I'm going to be discussing. So when I talk about white light, to me it's a vibration, a frequency. So when we're talking about a vibration, it means if you think about when you're boiling water, how it increases in the vibration of the cells, it increases because of there's actually an alchemical change within the heat that's causing those cells to move into a different space. So it's actually going from water into gaseous. So with white light, to me, white, the color white The only colour it actually doesn't have in it is white. It holds every other colour. And our brain sees colour the opposite to what it is, so it fills it in. So white light to me can come through from the earth, through the crystal core of the earth, because crystals, just like Jasper here, they actually have their own frequency, and usually they have a light or a colour that comes through with them. Or we can have cosmic light. So when we have the intention of tapping in to the cosmos, we can bring through cosmic light, and I usually see it as white unless there's a specific intention or there's a specific master that's actually coming through for us. So with white light, how does it actually have its own how does it have its own intelligence, I suppose is the word. Well, I soon worked this out, because if I'd have the intention, if I was running a energy healing for someone or even on myself, I would have the intention and then move the white light up through the whole body, through the energetic field. And I started to notice it would be doing what it wanted to do anyway. And I went, okay, this is weird. It's like, I'm just going to let it flow and see what happens. And what actually happened then, I noticed, is it would go exactly where it needed to go. So once the intention is there for it to be either clearing, healing, whatever, that white light will actually move through and do what it needs to do. A very good friend of mine, he had a great idea. He actually went to the dentist, and the dentist said, oh, your teeth, they really need cleaning. You've got some gingivitis. You've got all these problems going on in the gums. We'll come back in about 6 weeks and we'll recheck it all. And anyway, he went home and he said, I had this great idea of actually using white light like a mouthwash. And he did that. Like twice a day, he would clean his teeth anyway, but he was doing this white light mouthwashing with intention for the healing. And when he went back to the dentist couldn't believe it. He said, your mouth, your teeth, everything, your gums, they've all improved so much. What have you been doing? Of course, he didn't tell him. He just said, oh, I was just taking good care of them. And he wasn't going to tell him that he was using white light. He would have probably thought he was a little bit strange. But I actually thought, what a great idea. And so I've been doing that as well. Plus I've been using and putting white light if there's aspects of my body that have been a bit sore, or if I've been feeling a bit emotional, I'll actually pop it through into a chakra. So this is how we can use it. So what I'm going to do today with the meditation is to show you, because I love doing this. Now I always stay well. It's just a gift I have. And I often will go into my body and I'll ask for a cell to come out and actually communicate with me. And I'll bring a cell out as if it's in front of me and it's very enlarged. So that's what we're going to run you through in the meditation. And it doesn't matter where that cell comes from. Just intuitively ask your body, what aspect of this body, what cell would like to come through to be loved today, to be communicated with today. And I'll talk you through the meditation when we do that. So what I thought today with Jasper, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Now, as we know, he's a very cosmic being that comes through Jasper. So he sees things from quite a different perspective. So I'm actually going to ask him if he can show me anything I might need to know that I can explain to you guys or express to you guys that are watching about white light and how it works within the body. So I'm going to tune into him now and get his cosmic perspective on this. Okay. Right. So what he's showing me is this brilliant white light, and he said it's already within us. So where we come from, where we are, our spark of light that comes from source when we're first created, literally, or split apart from our divine creator, he said that is still within us. And he said it's within every cell. It's within the subatomic aspect of the cells, because as we know, there's a lot of space in our body that they really can't say why, especially within the subatomic aspect of the cell. So that spark of life is within every single cell within us. And that's what makes up our light body. And when we see pictures of angels and they have these massive wings, that's depicting the light body. So they have a very high vibrationary or frequency light body. So yeah, he's showing it to me from that point of view. So it's like we come in and then it's still being expressed here in the physical as this divine spark of light. So that was quite beautiful. Thanks, Jasper. So I'll pull one more card before we start, and then I want to do this meditation because it is something you could do all the time. It's so simple. It's something that I came up with years ago, and it just made so much sense to me. So, but first of all, we'll pull one of our beautiful chakra cards and just see what the message is today from these cards. And these cards I always feel are connected into our realm, our world, our earth, and just to tell us what's actually going on. So, oops, look at that. That one definitely wants to come out. Wow. Okay. So the card that's come out today for us, it's number 32, which is a 5, which is change, and it's meditation. So how interesting. I was talking about meditation as I was actually shuffling those cards. So when I look at this card, again, what I can see is beautiful white light coming in through from the cosmos. And this is almost how Jasper showed it to me, was this white light coming in, going into a very confined space and then being expressed out again. So I find that really interesting that that card has come up for us today. And you can see I'm actually getting told to explain these look like orbs to me. So orbs are often beings, light beings that are support or guides or whatever that you can catch sometimes on camera, on photos, and they're often there to protect us. So when we are meditating, we can ask to have our beautiful guides, our angels, our masters come through, and I have had them caught before on camera. They're really beautiful, these orbs that can surround us, and they're light. They're literally just light balls. So, and you notice as well what's standing out is the heart here, and there's lots of beautiful light coming through the heart, because to me the heart is all about if we can come through the heart and open that, then all pain can leave and love and light can just come through that heart. So the more we open our heart and release our pain, then the more we can actually assimilate or be receptive to light. So, you know what I forgot to do today? I forgot to light my candle. So I'm going to light the candle with the intention, because I love little rituals, of bringing in the light for us all, and for us to connect in very clearly, very easily into our body, into the chemistry and biochemical aspect of our body of light. So okay, I want you to just now get yourself settled, feet on the ground or lying down. Let yourself relax. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, let yourself drop into your body. Another breath in. And this time, take your awareness into that beautiful big heart of yours. And as we do this, I'll be running energy for you. So see, sense or feel white light beginning to birth deep within your heart. Now allow this light just to expand as it needs to. Let it do whatever it wants to do with the intention of bringing through healing, peace, love, and being receptive to increasing your frequency and white light. And as this white light continues to expand exactly as it needs to throughout your being and your whole energy field, I want you to now take your attention into your body and ask whichever part of your body wants to come through to be communicated with, to be loved, to be heard. Ask for that cell, that very cell, to come through. And in your mind's eye, just allow the cell to come through and sit it within your hands. So it's very magnified. So you can see this cell as if it was like a beautiful ball. And when the cell comes through, just ask it, where do you come from within my beautiful body? It doesn't matter if you actually can't get clearly where it comes from. Just know that it is an aspect of you. And now ask yourself, this cell that's here in front of you, have you got a message for me? Is there anything that you'd like to communicate? And just take your time with this if you like. And just listen. And then whatever it tells you, just acknowledge it. Sometimes it might tell you that you need to actually eat different food, or sometimes it might tell you that it needs more water, or sometimes it may tell you that it's just not feeling right. So now you can say to your cell, you are so loved, and really feel that love pouring into that cell you're holding in your hands, because this is you. And as you do that, bring through white light from the cosmos. Allow it to pour into the cell, wherever it needs to go. Now thank that cell for coming through and talking with you today, or it's just simply being with you. And remind it that you are so loved and you're not alone. So when we put this cell back into the body, let it know you have so many other cells that are in there, in this beautiful light being system. You're never alone. And then just imagine that cell floating back through exactly where it needs to go back to. And as it does, it takes all of that light in with it, and it shares it with every other cell in your body. Just feel the vibration of that white light deep within the subatomic aspect of your cells. And then when you're ready, you can gently begin to bring yourself back into the here and now. You can just wriggle your toes. You can begin to focus on your breath. And then you can open your eyes. So that's what I do whenever I feel I need to have some understanding of what's going on in my body. I also use it, I can talk to an organ. So I take myself internally and I go in and I actually talk, whether it's my lungs or my heart or my hips or whatever it is. And I actually talk with it and I communicate with it and I just sit with it and I feel it. Because sometimes there's a message there. A lot of the time when we have pain in our body, it can be because we've got some emotions that are trapped in there, or something that's subconscious that's coming up and showing us. We need to have a little look at this for it to be released. So that's my beautiful white light cell meditation that I do and that I've shared with you. So don't be afraid to do that whenever you'd like to. And the next episode is going to be extremely exciting, because I have two very special guests that are coming on, and we're going to be discussing health, and we're going to be discussing the aspects of health. So be sure that you tune in to the next episode, and I know that you will get a lot of really amazing information on it, because it's one of my friends that has really gone through a health crisis, and another one that has been learning for quite a while now about health and how she can support and help people through her wisdom with health. So make sure you jump onto that one, and we will see you next time. Bye.